Welcome to part 10 of the Spongebob movie game Let's Play. And we are going to be, and since we passed out, we are actually going to be doing our third driving stage, which I get from a story perspective because, you know, they're dreaming. But from a gameplay perspective, I don't get this. And I'll explain more why later on. But just a hint. We lost the paddy wagon, and we're dreaming that we're driving in this Goofy Goober land. So since this is a dream, it makes sense. From a gameplay perspective, no, it doesn't. Okay, so as I said before, this is our third driving stage. Like the previous one, we're pretty much going in laps. But our main goal here is actually following Goofy Goober himself. Well, obviously, if you lose him, you fail the mission, and you have to do it all over again. I don't lose him per se, but I make quite a few close calls. And trust me, this video is going to be nothing but fail. I mean, I get past these next two levels, and they even ended on an awkward point. But you know what I mean. In like right here, I was so close to actually losing him, but I make it. That wall looks suspicious. I should just ignore it. The track itself, though, it can be a pain for just because of how the you know, that thing, the area that I'm passing, it's leaking water, that tube-like thing. It's annoying for that reason, for one thing. And secondly, there's a lot of things that want to damage your paddy wagon. And it's pretty annoying, I gotta say. And I get stuck on that. The turns here are also kind of sharp. So just be careful when you're turning. Make sure you don't get stuck on stuff, and you'll be just fine. Hooray, different path. That pathway the path that I passed it basically led to an ice cavern, and I love that double hit right there. Where I really hate it. But yeah, it leads to an ice cavern, but obviously Goofy Goober doesn't go in there for some reason. This pathway isn't too bad, per se. In fact, the course itself is not that bad, and even though I said it would be a pain, only because, again, it is easy to slip, and it is very easy to get stuck on stuff. Like right here. I had no choice but to go to that secret pathway. But when I go here, the thing I do here is basically just wait for him. Yeah, just wait for them. If you do manage to go down that pathway, just wait. And you'll be able to, you know, continue on with the mission. Okay. I'm fried. Hate for what happened in today. It was very eventful, and it was, you know, Hespas and stuff like that, and it's just, I'm really hating it. I'm really hating this year. Because, you know, I'm a junior and all. Freaking Hespas. But we are on the final lap, and, well, not much different. I mean, we'll be going on to another new path, but I'm not going to talk about it until we get there. But, like, I didn't take this medication, and, you know what? I'm not going to say. Yeah, I don't want you people knowing about my meds. You guys don't need to know. You guys can know me as a reviewer and what games I like and I don't like, or my taste in things, but my personal life, no. No. Guys can't do that. Something that you should not know. Out of the question. And no one should ever talk to me about this. Ever. Ever. But now we are going on to this pathway, and my god, I hate taking this path. It's a shorter route, but that's pretty much the only thing that this path has going for it, because it's very slippery, and it's very easy to ricochet off the walls, close to the point where you might lose them. Or if you're doing the ring challenge, I think you do the rings on there, I'm not so sure, but if you do, it's very easy to fail at that section. And it's annoying. Really annoying. And we have completed Sunday driving. And now, yeah, I'm not really going after every Goofy Goober token, guys, because really, I don't really know the reward here, but my guess it's probably nothing. So I'm not gonna bother. But now we are in Shell City, which is nothing more than a gift shop. It may not sound so bad, but the way on how the French narrator here described it and how everything went, or how everything goes, yeah, it is kind of grim. For a kids game, nonetheless. But now we have gotten the crown, and we just have to get past the Cyclops. Uh-oh. Google eyes and smelly knickknacks, and this is where most of the fail is gonna be. One reason is because my computer screen blacked out. Oh, one of them I was just not paying attention. And, okay, so now we're in Shell City. And, well, pretty big. Pretty big, I must say. Well, then again, it's Spongebob and Patrick's size. Okay, so now we're starting our journey back to the Krusty Krab 2. Okay, so now we're on our last slide level. Unlike all the other slides, though, this one pretty much acts more like a labyrinth than actually heading from point A to point B. Well, technically you are going... That was too close. Technically you are going point to point A, from point A to point B. It's just that there are prerequisites. It's like in the first one. But there are multiple pathways. In the time challenges, my god, just wow. I did not. How would they expect you to do that? Is beyond me. I'm talking completing the level in under 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I said this before, and I'll say this again. And how are you supposed to do that? Just how? If anyone who's watching this video right now, if you're able to do it in one try, please record footage of that, cause I'd love to see that. Hey, yeah, that's right. I want to see you try and beat the expert time mode in one try. But the level itself, a pro tip I can give if you're doing the time challenge, you should know the route. Stick to that route. Oh, if you take any other route, you're gonna have no chance in beating this stage. Just no chance. So it's best if you just do the path that you already know. Oh, and you should at least have some chance. Another pro tip I can give is that hold forward on the analog stick, especially when you're on these straightaways. I'd be careful if you're doing a turn, because it's very easy to fall off. If you're holding forward and then you're making a turn, it's very easy to fall off. So be careful. Can't stress this enough. But yeah, like I said, this is pretty much more like a labyrinth. Actually, fun fact, the Cyclops that appears from time to time, you can't actually get hurt by him. I tried it because I wanted to know if you would just clip right through him or you would just take damage, and it turns out that you actually take damage. Yeah, I was bored enough to find that out. Oh, but I'm guessing that the designers probably guessed that you're gonna get hit by him at one point. Well, actually, no, it's not that. My guess is that the designers were probably curious if you ever get hit by him. Because that's my assumption. Oh, man. And since we're sliding on the crown now, actually, I love how the top of it is clipping through the wires. There's in tubes. Like, it's actually clipping on the path. Can you imagine what it would have been like if it wasn't clipping? I think they'll have loads of trouble. But we are almost done here. Here we have 3 and 4 lamps. Actually, I should have explained this earlier, but the first prerequisite that you had to do was simply he destroyed 3 faucets. Here you had to destroy 4 obviously placed targets. It's the tricky part here is actually getting to them, and even then it's not really a big deal. But now that we dropped all the lamps, let's get out of here. And unfortunately, after this boss fight, which won't be shown in this video, we are going to be heading into my least favorite. Well, no. Yeah, after this boss fight, we're going to be heading into my most hated stage in the game. Oh. I don't want to worry about that right now. Might as well not talk about it while I'm not there yet. Anyway, more plot. So now they're escaping. They finally escape Shell City. And my guess is that the writers for this game, when they were going off the movie, I don't know if it's the same story writers or if these story writers were actually going along with the movie. But whoever wrote the story completely forgot about the bag of winds. And even then, the bag of winds don't really do much. Hasselhoff is pretty much gonna help us out either way. Yes, that is David Hasselhoff. I don't understand that. But that is it for this part, ladies and gentlemen. The next time we meet, we're gonna be facing a familiar foe. So I'm GameMan5 with